To welcome everybody to the Independent Investor Channel live stream. Before we get started, for anybody who's concerned about my personal health and well-being, I just like to declare to you now that my hair nor my hands are actually on fire. Okay, that's what we call clickbait in the industry. This is how we lure you in and then sell you a bunch of things, right, to prop ourselves up. Okay, so for anybody out there that's extremely concerned about me and thought that they needed to get a fire hose and spray my head down, I'm cool. My hair is not on fire. It's fine. For 43 years old, I'm actually lucky that I still have my hair. I'm hoping that the hair loss gene actually skips me and goes to somebody else in my family, just not me. I get to keep my hair, but it's certainly not burning. So, clickbait, got to watch out for that stuff on the Independent Investor Channel because I'm trying to lure you in because I make all kinds of money on this opportunity. And my sheer intent that I've said thousands and thousands of times over and over and again is to help people, retail investors. Boom, boom, always at each other's throats. I gotta bring somebody down. You know what I mean? It's okay in a bull market, man, when everything is lovely. And I've got a yellow brick road right to 5 years in retirement, and I get to go travel around and Instagram shoot myself and put myself on social media, make everybody think I'm a successful person, right? I think it's great. I think a lot of people are getting kicked in the teeth right now, and I think it's lovely. It's great. Get no sympathy from me. I'm not a run-of-the-mill social media fella. You can call me what you want. You don't like my message? You think I clickbait you to death? Leave. I really could care less. I've said that 1,000 times too. That's the beauty of somebody like myself, is that I think that the detriment of society now is too much social media, right? You want to do yourself a favor? Shut me off. Say, I get it, Ryan. I get it. Independent thought's the way, man. I'm tired of buying into all this garbage. I'm out. I'm going to do what you do. I shut the TV down. All right. I watch one movie a week. Right. I'm going to turn over a new leaf, Ryan. I'm going to stop following so much. I'm going to start to think about what it is that's good for me. I've never done that before. I don't know what's good for me. This is amazing. I'm always over here, man. I've woke this up for the first time in my life. This is insane. This is great, right? The electrons are firing away, you know? Yeah. Get there, man. The quicker you can get there, the better off you'll be. Make no mistake about it, all right? The stock market was down for another week again, and it's amazing to me how concerned people are right now. There was a Twitter that came through tonight, a tweet that came through. It was so funny, man. It was like, whoa, you need to take a marked pause on this stock market. And if you have children and you have a family that you're supporting, might not be the best idea to invest everything that you have in the stock market. Really? That's advice that would have been prudent 13 months ago, my friend. 13 months ago. You want to know what the funny thing about that is when folks like myself get onto social media and we start talking about maybe the market, I don't know, doing something other than just going up every day, people don't want to hear that stuff. They don't. They want to see to the moon. And I buy Bitcoin and I go and quit day job. No day job. It's no good. I don't need this stuff, Ryan. I don't need to work hard. People like myself telling you that maybe there is some value in hard work. Maybe there is some value. Where are the pop shots now about people who are seemingly have a problem with all of us people who actually work a regular job and are trying to get ahead a little bit in life and not leading a life of just hustling all the time, right? Lead a life of mediocrity. You're going to get paid like you're mediocre. No kidding. I don't know, man. I look back on my life and I remember when I didn't have any money. Okay. So because I've been able to build up this money by sheer discipline, it has nothing to do with luck. That's the problem is everybody's trying to get lucky on this thing. Oh, I got in at the wrong time. Really? You're trying to time the market. That's what everybody's trying to do right now. Even 𝑪𝑎𝑛𝓋𝐼 coming out tooting his own horn about timing the market correctly. That's amazing. When all the while people really should be backing me up on this deal. It's impossible, and people don't like to hear that. They don't like to hear it. They don't. Invest for the long term. Okay. Stop justifying all this stuff that you do in your life about, pursuing a job and maybe, I don't know, pursuing insurance. I don't know. Maybe you fall and break your hip and you need a $50,000 hip surgery and you don't have insurance. Well, guess what? The portfolio no longer goes to the stock gods. It goes toward replacing your hip. That can't happen to me, Ryan. You're crazy. This is crazy. I'm going to live till 150 and get the hell out of my face with that sucker. I'm just like, I know people who have endured many, many medical emergency and it's wiped them completely out. I have to refinance the house to pay for an ailment that they have, right? hmm Yeah, it certainly does help you. And I hate to be a realist. I hate to point out the fact that there are other things in life that are more important than YouTube. There's more important things that are more important in life than el stock market. Oh, yes, gains and losses. Yes, is good. Must keep a perspective about this thing, right? Live a holistic life. Mm, there's an idea, right? If you don't have a job that you like, switch, find another one. That's very difficult to do, Ryan. That I agree with you. Now we're talking. Now we're talking about progressive thought. Mhm. Progressive thought, my way. Okay. Most progressive thought, unfortunately, is put into the wrong category, and that's with each other's heads severely up the next one's ass. Seriously. I'm talking about progressive thought that comes from you, right? It's an idea of how you can embolden your life. Okay. Take on what is going on right now, uh, taking my inject, telling you that the market again was bad, whatever the hell that means. Don't pay too much attention to it. I monitor the markets, but if there's anything that you can take away from my action over the last 6, 8 months, I haven't done a damn thing in my portfolio except for what I've shared with the group. I've added the real estate REITs into my dividend portfolio. That was a couple $1,000 bill. I moved some strategic capital into the market one time over the last 12 months. Okay. That was in the Vanguard's passive. So that was a passive investment, right? The one that I contend that anybody can do and a monkey can do it. You miss this. It's like, no, no, Ryan, you sold stock. I mean, you're not supposed to do that, man. I'm really pissed off at you, man. Here's the funny thing, man. I don't pay attention to what you do with your dollars. Okay. If you come in here, you're going to have to think. Okay. This is like, let me out of this box, man. Let me out of here. God dang it. Let me out of here. I got a cool gift I want to share with the group here. His name's Leon. Name's Leon. Can you say hi, Leon? Fantastic. Right on, man. Yeah. Look at the set on that guy. Yeah. Just like me. hmm that's inappropriate, Ryan. You're arrogant. Confidence, my friends. Confidence. I don't have to come on to social media. I don't have to do that. Okay. But in all sincerity, retail investors need me. They do, because retail investors are a disaster. They're a disaster. I tell you what, man, they're so wishy washy. They're all over the place. It's insane. One of the coolest comments I saw before I came live, man. It popped in here. I got to find this sucker. I gotta find it. Hold on, man, because it was really, really good. It was talking about institutions not freaking out right now because the market's off 15%. Retail investors are going at each other's throats, like, "Oh my God, this is crazy." But this is it right here. Don't let the slump fool you. This is when the rich go in and they do the opposite of what retail investors do. Ryan, you sold your shares. I did. I, yeah, you clickbaited me into your video. Okay. Well, the truth was what's worse, me clickbaiting you into thinking that I sold my position in Hyliion, a company that I have 100% conviction on, or having hundreds and hundreds of people out there insist that I sell my shares. I don't know. I clickbait the hell out of my thumbnail, man, to prove a point. Then you come in and you catch the real talk. Okay. Who's the moron now? I do not care what you do with your positions. I do not care. If you listen to what I'm talking about and you've got 10, 15, 20, $25,000 of wealth, or you've just started out in the market, you've got less than a year in the market, you should be passively investing in the market. You want to dabble in some dividend stocks? Wonderful. I can say rest assured, if you have less than 25,000 allocated to the market, I'll even throw it in the 50,000. I'll sit across from you with 100% certainty and say that you're fine. You're fine. You are. Take a deep breath. You're good. Trust me, you're fine. Nothing's changed. Your stocks have got more inexpensive. This is a good thing. Okay. Whenever you have injects or pressures, remember, I've cut all that stuff out, but whenever I turn to the dark side and Darth Vader's tempting me, right, to join him and join the dark side, and I'm on the Twitter feed, and I'm like, oh my God, I cannot believe the IQ here on Twitter's amazingly, and they're telling me that I need to have my brain checked. You know what I mean? Like this is where all the morons come out, and it's like nobody talks about how nice it is to have a job. I'm happy as a clam. I don't know. I'm moving up. I worked really hard in my career. Thought for a while there that I had hit a ceiling in my job. That was the most frustrated I've ever been in my life. Is that impasse where I was 100% certain that I would never move up in my job? Damn near broke my heart. And just here recently, the floodgates have been open, and I've been blessed, and I've been provided that opportunity. And that's what we've got going on here. Within the next month and a half, we'll be returning to New York City for the for that, and we're going to be up there a while. So channel's going to continue along. I'm really stoked about this, and this is Leon. This is mine. You can't have him. Okay. So again, say hi, Leon. Yeah, isn't that cool? But anyway, yeah, the link is in the description. I told you all that I would help the artist. I'm receiving nothing for it. I told you I'd let you guys know, but the link is in the description. It comes from the Netherlands. It's absolutely fabulous. I did do an unboxing. I'm going to share it through the channel. I don't think I'll have a chance to do it before I hit New York City, but I've had a lot of people through the course of the channel. And I don't know, maybe a lot of the people through the course of the channel have got tired of my truth bombs. So they've left the channel, which is okay too. We'll continue to churn and revolve and pick up a few subscribers here and there. To be honest with you, social media is interesting to me. I'm not really interested in 28,000 subscribers that aren't interested in the message. I'm interested in the few people that are, Christopher Blaine being one of them, right? These folks that I know are devote to themselves, man. And they come on and maybe they catch a little encouragement. And in all actuality, I don't know how much these guys really like my joking and ha 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 and karate chopping and let me the hell out of here. I don't know how much they like that stuff, but I'm entertained, and I'm not, I don't want to be bored. If you guys knew the truth of it away from social media, I'm actually just a really, really calm, really chill fella. Um, I like to work out, I like to sleep, and I like to work. I like to create social media content, but I've been a little preoccupied here as of late. The pulse on the channel has been consumed with some promotional content. We interviewed Silas Garrison this week with HS GovTech, and it was riveting. You guys are kind of funny. I'm not really sure I understand why you like coming into the live stream so much, and you don't like at least catching a little bit of part of that. And if you don't want to watch it, hit the thumbs up for me, man. It's a hell of a product. Silas is a great guy, and I'm meeting really good connections, really all over the business community, both here domestically and abroad, and it just helps solidify the channel, and it's great for me. I love getting to interview these CEOs, and slowly but surely, there's been a few patrons of my internal community that have kicked over and said, "Gosh darn, this is actually pretty darn good," and it is. So we've been having some fun on the channel anyway, but preoccupied with uprooting the family again. It's just one of those things that while you guys are bitching and complaining about the stock market all day, I'm having to uproot my daughter from high school. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe take a little perspective from me. Take a little perspective. Nothing is ever as bad as you think that it is. You talk to some people, and you would think that the hell and damnation is coming, and the skies were going to part, and a bolt of lightning was going to come down on the top of their head and light them on fire. Um, things are probably not that bad, and sometimes these people are the worst because they're like, they're well off, they have good jobs, a beautiful family, and they do everything they can do to stress themselves out. It's like, "Yeah, just calm down, take a break, it's all good." Jeez Louise, got a little reprieve today. It was a whiplash action today, it was nice. It was nice. I mean, I was in the trough all week. One little iota this week. I was like, are you kidding me? This is amazing. I'm a steward of the game. I sit back and watch my hard-earned portfolio go down every day. It's intriguing. It's lovely. But it was a nice give back today anyway. Where the market's going to go, I have no idea. If you want to know where the market's going to go, you can always tune into Twitter. There's a bunch of experts on there that'll tell you exactly where the market's going to go. So I would encourage you to do that. Sure as hell not going to get it from me. I'm going to actually just tell you closer to what I know of to be the truth, and that's that nobody knows. So adjust accordingly. Well, what are we supposed to do, Ryan? This is crazy. How do we do this thing? This is nuts. Gain some perspective. Said it many, many times. Approach life like it's a holistic game. I look back on my 4 years here in Virginia, a little bit of reflection. Moved up in my job. I plussed up in the transportation category. I replaced my truck, my rinkety dankety truck that was shaking and rattling and rolling down the road. And my wife was like, maybe it's time to get a new truck, Ryan. And I'm like, I'm fine. Leave me alone, honey. I'm good. Maybe it's unsafe. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. So I get underneath of it and the throttle cable's almost like all the way rusted. I was like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's time. I don't know. God dang it. I like this. I drove it to the lot. I cried. True story. I drove my wife to the hospital with both of my children in that truck. Okay. So the last 4 years I've plushed up. Now I've got them to 2019 Tacoma, and it's badass. It's badass. See, I get into it, and my phone, it's got this thing called Bluetooth, and I get into it, and it automatically starts pumping Guns N' Roses through my radio, and I'm like, this is awesome. The stock market's down again in the pre-market, but this is cool. I get to commute to my work and listen to some Dave Matthews Band and Pearl Jam and Metallica, and I had a little Offspring this morning. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a good thing. Luxury, baby. So we plussed up in the transportation category. Couldn't do a whole lot about the fuel category, but I tell you what, I became a coach here in the last 4 years. Never done that before. Felt like needed to provide my son a little bit of tutelage, and I ask him every now and then. I'm like, "You like having me as a coach, buddy?" And he's like, "Man, I love it, Dad. You're a great coach." That to me is worth everything. The stock market being down, well, I don't know. In the short term, I acknowledge it. Yep, there it is. Does it compromise my long-term plan? No. Do I plan on being here at 59 and a half? Well, I do. I do. Unless I fall and break my hip, like I talked about. But always looking to build up those strategic buckets like I talk about. Have that cash buffer. How many people are liking to have cash on the side right now? You know how much heat I caught for that when I was mentioning it? Even people in my tight community here, and I love them to death. They're my brothers and sisters, no doubt about it. Um, they are my brothers and sisters, and I enjoy them immensely. But I mention stuff like that. It's like, I was trying Ryan. You can't do that. Is the outpace inflation, and it's just a rock. It's a rock in your portfolio. It's anchoring you down. It's not doing you any good. You got to invest it all. You got to invest it all, man. You got to get paid. Next time I get paid, I'm going to invest. I'm going to invest the whole thing. To each his own. I've been there, done that. I've invested to the T, to where I didn't have any money to live, feed myself. I didn't have a home. I didn't have a car. I didn't have gas. I didn't have insurance. I didn't have this. I didn't have that. So I thought, I don't know, maybe it's better to embolden, yes, embolden those areas of your life that have absolutely nothing to do with the stock market, because when the stock market isn't the end all be all, maybe it's good to, I don't know, lean against some of those other areas that you've spent a little bit of attention on. Yes? Are you with me? Mm, hmm. Makes sense, right? But we will continue to be above board because it's for those people out there that come in and they're like, gosh, Ryan, you seem awful happy all the time. I am. I'm happy all the time. My boss asked me this morning, "Chief, you seem happy." I was like, "I'm happy all the time. I am." I really feel amazing all the time. Part of it is my working out. I have missed one day in the last 32 or so days. One. I'm on a streak. And I'm getting shredded too. You guys should see me. I mean, I'm not going to take off my shirt like strongman. I'm not going to do that. But I can hold it down. I mean, I'm not strongman physique yet, but I tell you what, I'm getting shredded. I like this stuff. I like the dividends that are rendered by working out all the time. You know what I'm saying? You want to fix yourself? You don't need to take a pill. Go to the gym. You want to get calmed down? Don't take a pill. Just go to the gym. All right. You want to solve a lot of your problems in life? Go to the gym. Things could be worse. I have a Yeti with I2 on it. Yeah. So I got my Yeti over here and I got Leon over here reminding me to stay bullish on the markets. It's great to see everybody. I've allowed the gallery to build up a little bit. We've got 65 in here. Don't know how robust of a group we're going to have. I took a verbal lashing at the beginning of the week. This week, evidently, that they flipped a script on me and they never reached out to me behind scene. They decided to blast it out through social media as if they were going to influence people away from my channel. Hell, I do enough of that. I invite you to leave all the time. Okay. I'm not begging you to stay here. Okay. The irony in the whole thing is people come to see me because I'm not run of the mill. Okay. I'm not trying to win an audience. Okay. You can depress the unsubscribe button if you'd like. Okay. It's no problem. I'm screaming and yelling all the time to let me the hell out of this box. This is no good. God dang it. Let me out of here. This sucks. This is terrible. It's the downfall of society. It is. It's because you can't stand in line at Walmart and have somebody in front of you be pissed off at you because you're too close to them in line. Social freaking media. All right. Why don't you throttle it back a little bit? Put a little governor on social media. That's what they need. They need a plug-in, and they need to call it a governor. They need to plug it right into the bottom of the iPhone. And when you touch your iPhone, it shocks the shit out of you. Yeah, and you drop it and you're like, "Oh god dang, Ryan said too much social media, man. That was his gadget. He invented that." It's amazing, right? Another cool invention, man. I just thought of it this morning in the shower. I have the best ideas for inventions in the shower to get on the scale. I get on the scale almost every morning to monitor my weight after the gym. Like I know down to the T, if I have a piece of cheesecake the night before, I'll see it on the scale the next morning. I will. I think it would be cool to have a digital scale that talked to my iPhone that tracked my trends and gave me alerts and helped me monitor my health and well-being based on my weight, and I could provide that data to the cloud every single day. Has anybody ever thought about that, or am I just off my rocker? Maybe I'm crazy. hmm if I am, would you guys please do me a favor and just reach out to me in private and just say, you know what, Ryan, you were a little off tonight. You need to do more thinking like a lot of other people, okay? And stop thinking that you have your own individual thoughts because that stuff is just not right, okay? How dare you think that you can think for yourself and not need to be influenced by anybody else? How dare you do that? How dare you be called upon with the institutional investors and scoff at the very investors that you are charged with leading? How dare you do that? Well, it's because a lot of the retail community earn the reputation for being a bunch of shitheads. And I'm doing the very best that I can to let you know, okay, even though that there are channels out there with millions of subscribers out there telling you that if you just follow me, I'll tell you when to time the market. Okay. And rest assured, this, like every other time before, will prove to be a futile effort. Okay? Futile. Futile. Okay? We're doing the glory dance because we've successfully timed the market. Yeah? Cool. When are you going to get back in? You're going to get back in and then it's going to continue down? Man, you're an awesome market timer. Why don't you just take a step back? Why don't you take a page out of the playbook of the independent investor channel and all of the other thinking heads that have been doing financial markets for a long, long time? Buy and hold. Buy and hold. Okay. Don't buy to change the rules of the game down the line. Don't do that. Just buy and hold. You don't like the results when you enter into retirement? Well, then sacrifice a little bit and give it to your kids. Stop being so selfish. Stop believing that life owes you so much. What? What are you talking about, Ryan? Everybody owes me. Shit, Ryan, you owe me. Start talking. Start giving me the goods. I think people's patience have gone to zero. I think people's patience have dissolved away to nothing. Another reason why the social media barriers are so rampant, and they're making people pissed off because you get dopamine 600 million times a day by staring at your phone. I got dang, I got a thumbs up there. I got a like here. God dang it. Somebody doesn't like me here. I don't know if somebody doesn't like me here and this and there and that. Oh my God, my brain is an overload, man. It's the right side of my brain. Ryan's saying maybe I should engage the left side. I don't know. Do a little thinking of my own. I don't know. I know. Wake up. You ever watch The Walking Dead? It's going on right now in front of your face. Don't believe me? Go to Walmart and walk up and down the aisles. The Walking Dead. Yes, sirree, Bobski. Really appreciate you guys joining me tonight, man. We'll do a Q&A in the session. Do want to engage with you guys tonight for sure. Really appreciate you guys in all sincerity, man. It wouldn't be the same without you guys. I do have a very devoted group who kind of get what I'm talking about. You don't have to come in and be thankful that I'm doing this. You don't have to do that. I do it willingly. I have no problem doing it. I love doing this project. I really do. But when people come back to me and they say, you know what, Ryan, you inspired me to do a little bit of self-assessment on my own, man. You inspired me to take on a little bit of dietary discipline. You inspired me to do a little bit of early morning workout. Why, Ryan? Because you damn well do it too, man. And you are correct, man. I walk the walk. And if you're one of those people out there that are like, yeah, I do it, I do it, I do this, and I do that, really, if it's indicative of what it is that I do, man, when I'm at the gym at 5:17, I walk into the gym every single morning. You want to know how many people are there enjoying life, getting a good early start on life, getting themselves physically fit, lowering stress, exercising their heart, right? Beating the hell out of a bag for a while to really just let go of everything. Zero. Zero. And I get to face my day, and everybody gets to tell me how I've got it wrong in this life. I beg to differ. Be back with you guys in just a moment. I'm just super stoked on this, man. It's the little things. It really is. When I took it out of the bag, I was like, you guys have no idea how awesome of a rendering this is. I'm trying to show you all of the angles. Here, this is the most important one. This is what I think of the market this week. There you go. This is what I think actually of some of the people that were scrutinizing me this week. Leon, fantastic, huh? Isn't that great? Yeah, you can pick one of those up, man. Link is in the description, man. This gentleman's super nice, man. Super nice. I just cannot believe how awesome this gentleman is. He's got a shop on Etsy, but the link takes you right to his total store. Leon is on there actually, and but just a super good guy. I've been conversed with him a lot. He's originally from Portugal, and he now domiciles in the Netherlands. So when I got Leon in the mail, it was wrapped up like it was unbelievable. I could see where customs had punched through, checking for stuff. I was like, no way, this is legit. And this is legit, man. It's legit, unless there's something inside of him. I don't think. Maybe I should shake him. But anyway, yeah, when I was like, you got to be kidding me. It is the nicest rendering I've ever seen. I have two other Bowling Green Wall Street statues in my closet, but this is the nicest rendering that I have. And for you guys that where money isn't an issue, order one, support the guy, blast it out. I think he's advertising that he only has 5 right now available, and it's a bronze statue, so they go up in value. Pretty cool. I have 2. I have the Lady Justice for you guys that have been following me for a long time. And that really proves to me that there is justice in the world. There is. All right. And it's a pretty cool album cover. I like And Justice for All. But anyway, like it just shows me that um, justice exists outside of people. And it's the time where atonement happens, is where justice is weighed against an offense. And that's why I like it so much. But Leon helps me to remain bullish on the markets, because I am a bull on financial markets. Saw a nice tweet today. Don't underestimate the American consumer. Every single piece of information. Don't you think that this game right now is somewhat predictable? Don't you think that it's ironic how last year all of the same stuff that's going on right now is going on, was going on last year, and everybody, not anybody, was talking about anything other than Bitcoin conferences and cryptocurrency and how that's going to be the next thing, and this and that. I don't get it. It's as if they pull this propaganda out of the closet during times of market downturn. And retail investors, man, this is why I'm tough on you guys, because not you guys, but retail investors as a whole, man, buy right into that. It's like, oh my goodness, maybe I need to just soil myself and sell all my stock. Really? I found it interesting how lots of people wanted to uh, tell me what I needed to do. You shouldn't clickbait, Ryan. You shouldn't clickbait. Maybe you shouldn't pay so much attention to others, really. Unless you find value in it, go somewhere else. It's all good. Okay. The irony in that is I said I sold my shares because I was tired of people coming to me telling me you should sell your shares. What's worse, right? I don't do that to people. I don't. I think Jason with JMac Investing, he's the first one, and I give him full credit for introducing Hyliion, for example, to the greater YouTube community. And it's going to be a wealth builder, okay? It's going to be a moneymaker, all right? But if Jason sold his shares on Monday, do you think I would get mad at him? He's a friend of mine. You think I would get mad at him? I don't care. You shouldn't care either so much. Let it go. Focus on your program a little bit more. All right. Now, that caught me out of left field, man. I was riding the transit train in and I'm checking my phone and I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm getting blown up here. Why didn't this person just send me a DM and say, I'm really, really offended, Ryan? Like this person did 8 months ago, which nobody knows about, asking me about my honest opinion about Hyliion. Nobody knows that. That's why I found it a little bit interesting that just out of the blue, we start taking out the knives. I got to blame somebody. Sure as hell can't be me. I had this dream of Instagram riches. I was going to take my photo because I'm such a great investor. Like I said, a little bit of a reality check. It's not going to happen when you want it to happen. It's going to happen eventually, or maybe it doesn't happen. I don't know. But it sure as hell didn't happen when you want. You want to start blaming the I2? All right. Maybe I should quit my project and just go do something else. That ain't going to happen. No way. No freaking way. There's too many people out there that'll benefit. There will be people out there that make money on this stock that don't deserve it. They don't. Rick deserves it. Rick's the man. I meet people like this, and it's like we've conversed behind the scenes, and just a super, super good guy. These are the types of network people that I'm interested in getting to know. If they're not interested in getting to know me, no problem. I'm actually interested in getting to know people, good people. You want to know why? Because good people are hard to come by. And let me tell you, if you're going to judge me based on what you see through what you're seeing now, or what you see on a thumbnail about me, my hair on fire, my hands on fire, you're probably getting a jaded perspective of what I truly am inside. Like, yay. People who know me would attest that I would go the nth degree. I've saved 2 lives, okay, in Alaska. And people don't do that stuff, and people who do it don't talk about it. And if they were put into that situation, would they do it again? Yes, they would. But don't think that there's an underlying root of why I do this channel. You don't think that by me putting out my message that it has the opportunity to help somebody get started in financial markets where maybe they wouldn't have gotten started at any time before, right? Maybe they get a little bit of inspiration to understand that holistic approach, to be like, man, I'm 20 years old. Every social media content creator out there is telling me that I need to just not get a job, not pursue a career, not do anything with my life other than just go full bore and become an entrepreneur. I don't know what my product is going to be. YouTube says that the product is me. Let me tell you, most people are not that interesting. Okay. Even the channels out there with millions and millions of subscribers, they are not that interesting. Okay. The irony in the whole thing is that people will follow, and they will follow in rogues. Say the right thing. Be elegant. Okay? Don't be scathing like me. Don't clickbait and piss people off. All right. Mm-hmm. Think for yourself, man. Super, super important, man. Let's get to some questions. Very cool, very cool. Get down here. David's in the house. Fantastic. I'm all the way at the bottom. When I took the stockbrokers test, they have a question about small lot theory and retail traders who buy at the high and sell at the low. That is exactly right. And in all fairness, it's underlying premises like this as to why I come out with the Independent Investor channel. Look, if I had more faith in the retail investing community, I would dissolve this project away and you guys could teach me. You could. You could be like, Ryan, God, what were you doing? I told you to sell 8 months ago, you crazy bastard. Right? I know you should have sold when everything was up. Like, you're right. You got it all figured out. Not like I haven't been through this stuff before. Um, I could say that it doesn't feel very good, but I'm numb to it anymore. It doesn't bother me. Mm. My money's on a plan. If my $1 invested goes and gets cut 50% in half, okay, the law of relativity says that you look at that $1 cut in half by 50 times whatever factor to get to your portfolio size. The $1 cut in half shouldn't bother you any more than 50 of those dollars cut in half, 100 cut in half, 1,000 cut in half. Okay. And in investing, the irony in the whole thing is that you've built up to that amount, and now you're taking a digression in your money, and it's painful. You're not used to it going down. You're not used to losing money, right? All it's doing is breathing in. That's it. That's all it's doing. Breathing in. $1, 72 cents, 68 cents, 52 cents. Dare I say 50% down on your money, right? Nothing's changed. It's just breathed in. Portfolio is just taking a break. All right. The bears have taken hold of the markets, and the exacerbated selling is it's not caused by the systemic shocks that are being put through the market. It's because of exacerbated sell-offs, guys. It's because people are shitting their pants. That's what it is. Okay. People are sissies, and they need to grow a set like me and Leon. Seriously, they do. Um, I would wish upon you this: if you're going to get involved in financial markets, um, get involved for the right reasons. And until you understand what those right reasons are, don't invest for yourself. All right? Don't. It's just that simple. And you have to believe in the program that you put in place. And if you're a passive investor, there is no level of skill that takes. It takes no skill, zero. Put those ETFs or index funds or mutual funds, if that's your thing, into a tax protected vehicle like a Roth IRA. You fund it over time. It's very simple. Anybody can do that. And I've got a few of my new investors in the group here who have just started investing. And this lesson that the stock market's doling out right now is it's priceless. It is, because there's nothing in way of preparation that I can get you ready for a downturn in financial markets. There's no way I can do that. But when it happens and you've been properly coached in a way that you understand why it is that you're doing what you're doing, why so many other things in this life are socially acceptable to get involved with and lose money. Buy a big truck and lose money, right? Buy a bunch of crap over your life, lose money. I talk about it all the time. Go out to eat 5 times a week, lose money. That's okay. It was fun. It was fun. Yeah? How's that working out for you? You're still broke. All right? You've been doing it for 20 years. How much life savings do you have? 0? Congratulations. When was the last time you evaluated your discipline and your spending plan? Never? Maybe you want to do that. Maybe you want to pull back the curtain on your budget, and you'll be amazed at what you're spending. Yeah, yeah, it's an eye opener. It's crazy. Guys like myself, we've done it many, many times, and I have a living budget. That's why I don't spend money on anything. Nothing. I'm a cheapskate, cheap bastard, right? We go and do groceries. I get up Sunday morning, work out, savage, and then I go to Walmart. Why do I go to Walmart at 7:30 in the morning? Why? Trick question. Anybody got any idea? Because nobody's there except me and the stalkers. And the stalkers are relatively happy in the morning, unlike people at 1 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon at Costco or Walmart or Target or Kroger or any of the other department stores. They're all pissed off because they're all trying to play bumper cars to get their bananas because they watch too much social media. Life is good. Stop being such a wiener all the time. All right. It's all good. Okay. Please share Leon's store. It's in the description of this video. You can click over to the Etsy site if you'd like, please. And like I said, I'm working it out right now. I don't know if he's going to be able to provide some sort of referral or coupon code. I told him, I said, there's a lot of people in the group that'll just buy it to help support him. I do want to premise, I'm not getting anything out of the deal. Okay. I just told the man, I said, I love the rendering. I want it. So I got one for myself, and I wanted to share that with the group because, again, it is the best rendering. But thank you for that. I did provide it down. It's the Wall Street Bull in the description of this video, and you could just click on it and then follow the link. I can't put it into my Shopify account because the payments all go to me for my Viper group and this and that, but it was the least I could do to help him. And I am going to do a video on it, actually. Probably do an Instagram post and really just help the guy. Francisco's his name, so if you do click over to the Etsy site, you can quality control check. If you just remember Francisco, that's the gentleman's name. Just an absolutely beautiful man, absolutely beautiful person. Well, he's from Europe, right? Europeans they're awesome, right? Americans are pissed off all the time. Live in the footlands of Netherlands. No wonder you're happy all the time. You live in paradise. Here, I've got to fight up and down the aisles at Walmart and fight people because they're so angry at me for reaching up at the same time in the salsa shelf, and by God, I'm just too close to people. It's no problem, man. I'm glad to help, and I'm glad to have the project, and I'm glad to pay it forward. Very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. It says it's like he quit. He put the patch on his arm. no more Instagram. All right. They demanded my birthday. Oh man, it's just something else, man. It's something else. Secure is the company that we're helping to promote here on the Independent Investor Channel. Promote and provide some awareness purposes too. But it's the clawback. It's the, oh my goodness, we've given away the farm to big media, Microsoft, Google, Facebook, man, and we've electively given away the most precious thing that we ever have, and that's our data. And we've given it away, and they've sold the farm, and then a company like Secure comes and says, hey, we're gonna put your data in a server over in in Switzerland, because our laws are a lot different than y'all's laws, man. But anyway, it's pretty cool stuff, especially for businesses. It may catch on to more of the private market down the line when people realize that they're being raped every day for their information. It's just absolutely lovely. But God bless America. God bless America. Just absolutely fantastic. Oh God, first time catching the live stream. Well, I hope I haven't lost you. Okay, I've invited you to leave now a half a dozen times. Look, that's just the way I am. All right. I've been doing social media a while, but I am far from a social media figure. Okay. My goal is to use the power and conduit of YouTube to reach people on a granular level, really touch and get below the surface of what motivates people, right? To identify those day-to-day things, man. Going to freaking job, filling your gas tank, getting off your ass and doing something productive, working hard, finding a side hustle if that's your thing, right? Maybe finding a little bit of capital appreciation in the stock market. Kind of hard to talk about that stuff right now, right? Kind of hard to talk about it when the market's down. But the irony in that statement is this is the very time that we need to be talking about it. Right now. This is the time. And he's like, Ryan, what do you mean? This is the time. The market's terrible. We made it through another week. I can see the comments here. We made it through another week. We survived, Ryan. Yeah, yeah. The market's got cheaper, right? The market's gotten cheaper. I thought, you know what? I should have held my strategic buy because I bought the market just today in my TSP. And of course, it was the one day of the week where it was up. But you know, I'm dollar cost averaging those. I can't beat myself up over it. But anyway, I'm glad to have you. I am glad to have you. And anytime somebody comes to the message, I always welcome them and make sure that they understand the premise of my message is this isn't a I say and you do type of thing. That's not the relationship that I demand from people. I just think that people need to be they need to be put on a charge to find out a little bit more about themselves in way of potential. They do. Mm, yeah. People don't give themselves enough credit, man, for achieving something better than what they think they can achieve. I sit with people all the time and I'm like, I see potential in you that you don't see in yourself. I say that all the time. Maybe it's arrogant. I don't know, but that's the truth. That is the truth. And maybe the truth hurts. Maybe it wakens somebody up a little bit to be like, man, alive, that's incredible. I feel inspired. It's fantastic. That's great. You don't even have to say, "Hey, I feel inspired by this guy." I feel inspired by myself for the first time in my life, man. I feel like I can, take control of this stuff, and it'll take you time. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not. If you're unemployed out there and you don't have a job, and you're like, "Man, I just listened to Ryan talk about how important a job is. Now I get it. Now I get it." Oh, look in my eyes. I'm telling you how important it is. I'm telling you get a career. Not everybody is going to become a millionaire. Not everybody's going to become a millionaire. And you want to know something? It's all right. It's all right. If you can't be happy with yourself, dead broke, how the hell do you think you're going to be happy with yourself when you've got millions of dollars? That's the fallacy. People believe that all they need to do is just continue to be unhappy their entire life and exercise bad habits their entire life. But when they get to that goal, everything's just going to flip on its ear and I'm just going to automatically become happy again. Really? You're kidding yourself. You're kidding yourself. Keep watching Instagram, right? Everclear boy? Keep watching Instagram. That'll make you happy. This is the most time I spend on social media during my week is on the live stream with you kind folks. And I wouldn't have it any other way. It makes sense. This to me is not really like social media. It's like we come in and we have a community discussion and we all banter around the same conversation. And you leave the live stream and you enter into the following week that much tougher, that much tougher. Maybe you look at an aspect of your life and say, you know what? I don't know, man. Maybe I've thought about this for a while. Maybe I don't need it anymore. Maybe I can cut that out, trimming the fat a little bit. Maybe I don't need that in my life. It's not helping me at all. Right? Yeah. Maybe you could make a move right here in the market. Maybe dollar cost averaging the market is a little bit different than what everybody's saying. You need to time the market, or you need to do this, or because this group of stocks, these are the funniest. Go to Twitter. Twitter's like a cesspool. I'm not really sure what Elon Musk is thinking. He's basically paying $44 million or $44 billion for a big mountain of manure just so he can control the dialogue. It's interesting to me. But what a cesspool of garbage. Mhm. Very little of what people have to say is really that important, right? It's relationships, man. It really is. My brother Eric's in the house here. I see here a condolences, my friend, and it goes out from me to you, brother. No doubt about it. Sorry for your loss there. And thanks for coming in. Maybe this will give you a little bit of release anyway. For a few minutes. But thanks for coming in, brother. I'm with you. My hearts go out and the condolences, man, for sure. Thanks for coming on and spending a few moments with us, man. When this type of stuff happens to me, man, I just put my head down and go right to work, because that's what the people that have been influential in my life would have wanted me to do. Mm. And that's what I want me to do. I'm my biggest critic. Trust me, I don't need somebody posting on Facebook what it is they think of me. Don't worry, I do that all the time. I don't need your help. Okay. If you've got deficiencies yourself enough to where you want to come in and you want to batter on somebody else, man, that's your deficiency, not mine. I don't do it. I don't. The person that I'm hardest on in this life, and it has nothing to do with social media, is myself. That's it. Be honest with you, guys, take a card out of my playbook, man. That should be your area of scrutiny. And by nature of my scrutiny, I'm starting to realize that scrutiny, not to be overbearing, but to at least to constructively, critically break yourself down a little bit. And nobody's perfect. So when you get those things off kilter a little bit, you know exactly when it's skewing off a little bit, because you start to go toward those things that are going to divert you from your goals. And boom, you got to get it right back. And sometimes I'll stay in that funk for a little bit, few hours here and there. Sometimes it'll bleed over a little bit here and there, but I know exactly when it's happening. All right. And I insist on being locked in to the plan, man. I insist on trying to keep it as straight of a line as I possibly can. And I would hope that for you guys. Absolutely. All right. Very cool. Thank you, Thomas. Appreciate you making your way in, my brother. Thank you. That's very, very cool. Because so many user bots. Yeah, no, I know. I saw that today. I saw the Twitter. It was probably an Elon Musk bot saying that they held the transaction anyway. So, which is a better buy, Goldman, BlackRock, or JP? I own every one of those. I don't own VYM anymore. It's a great ETF of dividend stocks, and the dividend appreciation fund is what I own now. But they're all great. I've taken a little bit of a different philosophy in my portfolio structure. I don't share too much of that on the live stream. I didn't even do the portfolio rollout. I'm at 444 for anybody who's interested. I lost a few $1,000 this week. No big deal. I'm not even going to do the review because I've liked engaging with you guys. But I own Goldman. I own a big position in BlackRock. I own 10 shares of BlackRock. JP Morgan, I own in the Roth IRA. VOO, I own about 85 shares of VOO in my wife's account. And then VIG is in my Roth IRA. And then I own about 100 shares of VTI in the brokerage account. The total stock market that I can fund at any time. So your strategy should be based on how much safeguarding you want to put on it and how much access you want to have over that money, and make sure that you can fund it to the level that you want to fund it. Okay. Because some of those single stocks may be better served in a brokerage account to make sure that you can fund them directly in any time that you want. While others, like the ETF, is a great baseline in a Roth IRA. I would suggest that even the VYM and the VIG are both really, really good baselines within the Roth IRA account. That's a good question. Thank you, Thomas. Appreciate you. I'm a big fan of Vanguard. That's the predominant of the products that I own. Get a job, rent a room, start a 401k, work your ass off, and save for a house hack rental property. These are all things, and I always award a moderator. BJJ Freak 82 got moderator status tonight, and I do that just because when people's thumbnails, they stick out to me as kind of a frequent flyer. You're now a moderator on the channel, and it's comments like this that I really, really appreciate, because you could spend a lifetime thinking about just this sentence right here. Look at how much information was dropped right here, just in my thinking about all my categories. And I frame this nicely for you guys in the pyramid. You guys can do whatever you want, write a list. I think about this stuff all the time. I have my strategic goals memorized, and I always I'm a thinker. Okay. That's what I do. I like thinking, and thinking about certain things. And I don't know, philosophy screwed me up in college. It made me think about some really cool stuff. And I read this Socrates and he's like, know that you know nothing. That's the answer. And I'm like, God dang, that's incredible. I can do that. I know nothing, Socrates. It's me and you, man. We're together. Me and Socrates are homeboys. Absolutely. But thinking about that stuff and super, super important, man. It's good stuff. Cruising up here. You got Ethos in the house, man. Hope the family's good, brother. Privacy will be a huge business in the future. Yeah, I think so. With regard to the micro cap stocks, it's interesting enough. I had a nice off base conversation. It wasn't being recorded when I spoke with the CEO Silas of HS.gov, and he was like, "Yeah, everything's getting beat down right now, but I certainly wouldn't dismiss the small cap market right here. I think it would be a big mistake." To start throwing in the towel right now. I would never do that. I don't see any indication that that's the prudent move. Not even close. No way. But there's some companies out there doing some really, really good things, and HS GovTech is one of those. Actually, they're doing great things, and it's interesting to me. I actually asked him during the interview. I was like, "How is it that you can come on and talk about all this great stuff that your company's doing when there's so much doom and gloom in the market?" And he was just like, "Well, there's financial markets for you, and that's not every company out there is struggling. Let me tell you that right now. Okay. And although we're going through a little bit of a swoon in the market with some volatility, we want to stay long. Absolutely, because where it seemed like it flipped a switch to the downside, it can absolutely flip to the positive as well. So, Ethos is a good friend of the channel. He always has been, always will be. He's been with me for a while, couple years anyway. Most of the time here in Virginia, and back even into New York. So, I'm going to kick over and help Ethos subscribe to his message as well. That'll help him as well. I get a couple minutes left. We're going to kick it off at 60 minutes tonight. I'm going to chill out. It's been a crazy week for me. It's been very, very busy, very, very busy. Exercise is part of my daily routine. If it's before or after 12 shift, always a priority. That's a great comment. And I like the part where you say make it a priority. I schedule my sleep around getting up early. I don't stay up late anymore. Otherwise, I drag. If I go to sleep at 11:30, 12, I can't wake up the next morning for sequential mornings in a row and keep my good streak going. I won't do that, but I like that. That's a really, really sharp comment. Very cool. Um, Victoria says, "I need this. I'm in debt to you, my friend. Thank you." That's a kind thing to say, and um, probably speaks a little bit closer to the truth and why I do this message in the first place. hmm If it can help you, take it. No doubt about it. This is stuff that I exercise in my daily life every single day. There's not a second that I don't exercise this. Not a second in all aspects of what I talk about. And it's not just investing. I talk about those holistic things, and I started doing this about a couple years ago when I started to talk about focusing on relationships. And for young people, it can be friends. I have no problem with that. That's great. Focus on fostering relationships. Focus on identifying a network of good people. Focus on how you're going to establish a career or pursue a career or establish a foundation in your life, because it's that very foundation that you will build all of this other advanced stuff on top of, but you cannot build it unless you have that foundation first. It's great to see you. Thanks for coming in, Victoria. Great to see you. And Kevin's in the house here. How do I find your M1 stock portfolio? You're going to have to send me an email and I will send you a link via email. Unfortunately, M1 Finance will not allow me to share a portfolio with over 50 for affiliate commission, and I will not put that in my description just out of the blue. I could, I guess, but if you want it, send me an email direct and remind me. Say, hey, it's Kevin from the live stream, man. I'll fire it back to you, no problem. hmm Yep, and I'm glad to do it. You can have it. It's no problem at all. All right. Wait a minute, that sounds too easy. I might be relaxed, and it was the put money in the great companies. Yeah, don't make this thing more difficult than it needs to be, man. I tell you what, a lot of people think that if they consume a bunch of social media, how many tweets a day can I consume? And that's going to get me ahead. So, I don't know. Try meditation. That's a good thing. All right. Very cool stuff. Here's my buddy. I did. Sorry, I'm just now seeing you in here, Maddie. I hope you responded to me. Please, I sent you a private message. Please confirm there because I've kind of set some things in motion for you. I hope you don't mind, brother. But it's good to see you. Put more in the market. Good. Today, I wouldn't have been so keen on putting market in the money in the market today. Things have been pretty volatile. I like to buy on the down days. I wouldn't have bought today, but it was nice to see a little reprieve in the market. Anyway, it's great to see you, my brother. Thank you. Very cool stuff. And David says only fools can time the market, man. That's a good way to end the live stream tonight, guys. In all sincerity, man, I was feeling a little saucy tonight for sure. Little bit of angst, I guess. It gets under my skin because there's no place for it. There's no place at all, man. If your focus is on the right stuff, okay, you don't need to be focused on that stuff. You don't. You should spend 99.9% of your time focused on your program. You sure as hell shouldn't be coming on to social media and trying to identify those things that people do that you don't like. Okay, get over it. It's all good. The very nature of our ability to come onto social media and share our deficiencies and share our ability to light our hands on fire and light our hair on fire is just the beauty of social media. All right. Do not hold a grudge, guys. We'll be back with you next week, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on the fastest 60 minutes on YouTube, the Independent Investor Channel live stream. Be well. We'll catch you next Friday.